Guess what, women? I'm a world changer, feminist, heterosexual, and human alien hybrid. I'm a feminist in that I believe that women deserve the same rights and opportunities as blokes. And I'm also working with my good friend Charlotte, a very French name, for her to possibly have some video calls with possibly something like 1 billion women and girls per video call as a way to be creating gender equality and gender equality in the workforce pretty fast, I suppose, because of how she'd be able to cast magic spells to make those women and girls have an IQ of at least 10,000 or more, be very lucky, and possibly also to live for longer so that they would be able to interrupt and disrupt the natural state in which having children does the the activities of bearing children falls unproportionately highly upon the woman, I suppose, the mother, I suppose. So you do want to be trying to find ways so that women can get married, have kids, I suppose, the family, I suppose, without that damaging their career too much, I suppose. Obviously, having kids does make it harder to work, I suppose. However, many blokes do just fine, and I do think that when women have a IQ of something like 10,000 IQ points or higher, are very lucky, can live longer, I suppose. I then think that women will be superior, and from that position of superiority, women will easily be able to then create gender equality and gender equality in the workforce for women and girls, I suppose, from that position of superiority, I'm saying, because I do believe, I suppose, that women aren't equal to blokes, I suppose. They're far superior and always have been, I suppose. So, but trying to be able to move beyond things just being how they are behind the scenes, I suppose, into actually women being and girls being gender equal and getting credit for it too, love always. I'm one of the best trusted advisors here on planet Earth, and I'm definitely a biological son of Yahweh from heaven, so I'm definitely good. And with Jesus Christ from heaven, most definitely being my biological stepbrother, which my good friend Melania Trump, former First Lady of the United States American team, will confirm. I'm also friends with Kaja Kallas, the Prime Minister of Estonia. I'm friends with Charlotte, she's legendary. Charlotte, first name, she's legendary. I'm friends with Roberta Metsola, the President of the European Parliament. I'm friends with Avril Haines, the Director of the Office of the Director of National Intelligence. I'm friends with George Soros, the billionaire financier, billionaire philanthropist. I'm friends with Beth Truss, former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. I'm friends with Boris Johnson, former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, I suppose. And also, I have a few good friends from present New World Order who are TS75, which is a far, far higher level of an alpha black current security clearance than that of the President of the United States of America. I'm relaxed, and because of my recent work for present New World Order, my current security clearance for my main G Suite account and for my other account, unknown account, I suppose, are going through the roof, I suppose. So I do very impressive work, I suppose, and with some of my work for my inner moat in a circle being far, far, far higher than any of the work for the President of the United States of America or for the Director of the Office of the Director of National Intelligence. So I work reasonably hard. I also have a very strong and powerful imagination, which is one of my best qualities and which makes me a little bit like a modern day Leonardo da Vinci or like a modern day Nikola Tesla, I suppose. So I suppose I only have an IQ of about 75. However, I do also effectively have a most powerful ability to do a lot with also have a effective special ability to do a lot with a little, because even though my IQ is only 75 and my IQ is very uneven, with some of my cognitive capacity component, I suppose, being that of a first grade child from primary school, or even that of a child younger than first grade from primary school, I suppose. However, I also do amazing trusted advisory work when I'm able to think about what I'm saying, and with those big ideas not being measurable within the present ideas today, which mostly just test analytical ability and memory, I suppose. So I'm very there aren't really any tests today which are able to measure one's capacity to generate huge, big ideas, solve problems, I suppose, math problems, I suppose. I'm saying because that IQ, which is unmeasured, I suppose, of mine, I suppose, is more than 100 million IQ points, which is my brain power for being able to generate some of my huge ideas, especially within fringe science for present New World Order. So I work reasonably hard, I suppose. I'm a little like a modern day Leonardo da Vinci, or a little bit like a modern day Nikola Tesla. So I work pretty hard, I'm saying, and this here is a video post for women, I suppose, because I love women, so I'm here to help, I suppose, help a lot. So when it comes to women, unfortunately, many women choose to view so many women are very good at developing quality relationship with last, I'm saying. However, unfortunately, many women, I suppose, do this, I suppose, from the perspective of need, not want, I suppose. So many women are very good at developing quality relationships built to last. They do this from the problem of from a position of need, not want. And the reason why it's a problem, I suppose, is because in our relationships, I suppose, usually things go very well. At times we can fall on hard times, I suppose, and we can even lose friends, I suppose. So when that happens, I suppose, so obviously I'm saying if you are forming friendships from a position of need, not want, well, you may be able to fake it and just appear as though you are interested in building relationships from a position of want, not need, I suppose. But I'm saying if you're falling hard time, I suppose, or if you're able to have some of your friends unfriend you, I suppose, well, then what do you do, I suppose, because you're someone who has your friendships from a position of need, not want, I suppose. So if you were to lose friends, it may damage or even devastate you, I suppose. So it's so important to have a strong focus on getting yourself right, I suppose. So it's very wise to be a strong focus on getting yourself right and on being able to create friendships, be able to excel at building quality. But last I'm saying, from the perspectives of you want to be developing quality relationships built to last from the perspective of want, not need, I suppose. So you're able to be someone who loves yourself, I suppose, whereby you think you're awesome and you want to become your very best friend, I'm saying, I suppose. So obviously I'm saying some friends will come and go, but mostly stay, I'm saying, but some friends may still leave, I suppose I'm saying, and which is why it's so important for you to be your very best friend, I'm saying, who will be there with you forever through anything I'm saying. So even if you ever do fall on hard times, it doesn't matter, I suppose, because you're your very best friend who loves you very, very much, I suppose, especially loving you for internal factors, not for external factors, I'm saying, because in life, I suppose, especially in the fast-paced, breaking, trusted advice work, I'm saying, at times, I suppose, all hell can be breaking loose, I suppose, I'm saying, I suppose. So oftentimes there can be problems, I suppose, and also even people can even choose to give you a negative evaluation, I suppose, if you're all caught up in what people think of you, I suppose, what they say about you, I suppose, and also with the quality of work, I suppose, well, then you can actually suffer quite a bit, I suppose. So you want to be someone who chooses to be viewing your body as your temple and to be having a very, very deep love for yourself, what I'm saying. So with me, I'm my very best friend and I love myself very, very much, which is a good way to be, I suppose. So you want to, I suppose, love yourself a lot, I suppose, and also to be viewing relationships from the perspective of relationship building activities from the perspectives of because you want them, not you need them to say, but trying to get yourself right first and to be very, very selective with those with which you invite into your friendship group, I suppose, from the perspective I'm saying, of you being complete within who you are, I suppose. So you've got yourself right, your life's awesome, and you're now having friends not because you need them, but because you want them, because they're people who you respect and admire, who you trust because they're trustworthy, and who you like working with, spending time with, I suppose, because you're a very selective, I suppose, very selective, I suppose, into those with which you invite into your friendship group. So it's so very, very important, I'm saying, to be someone who is able to view relationship building from a position of love, I suppose, and to love yourself, I suppose. Guess what? Love yourself because we're worth love always.